The battle of Bihar is heating up. 6 is the first phase of election. The scrutiny nomination for the first phase is over. You can't even take your candidates back. And just tomorrow, in fact, Prime Minister's entry will also heat up the battle of Bihar. Today was an important day in the elections of Bihar, where Tejashwi Yadav has been named as the Chief Ministerial face of the Mahagathbandhan. And as soon as he was named the Chief Ministerial face, along with Mukesh Sahani, the EBC leader, as a Deputy Chief Minister, many more deputies to come, the Mahagathbandhan and Tejashwi Yadav dared the NDA to name and seal their face for the Chief Minister's post once the elections are over. In this battle, we'll get you all the details. But before I talk about Tejashwi Yadav, Mahagathbandhan is all well. Are all those candidates, friendly fights, all those sorted out? We'll get you those details. But before that, let me tell you about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is entering the arena now, as far as the elections of Bihar is concerned. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in just a short while from now, is going to, in fact, address the booth-level workers of Bihar. This is going to be a virtual meeting that the Prime Minister is going to take. Can we have some shots of the Prime Minister, please, on our screens for our viewers? And what will then happen, of course, with the Prime Minister in this booth-level workers meeting? This is just a curtain raiser, ladies and gentlemen, before the Prime Minister goes into battleground Bihar. The plan was announced today by Dharmendra Pradhan. What's the plan of the Prime Minister? Let me tell you that very, very quickly. Today, the Prime Minister starts with the booth-level workers meeting, and tomorrow, on overall, the BJP sources are telling us that the Prime Minister will be conducting 12 rallies. Beginning tomorrow, October 24th, Prime Minister is going to be in Samastipur and Begusarai. October 30th, Prime Minister at Muzaffarpur and Chhapra. And then Prime Minister Modi's rally in Bhagalpur and Gaya is also expected. And then later, Prime Minister would cover East and West Champaran district, all which will be falling in the first phase of elections. Now, Prime Minister's outreach, which is going to happen, in fact, tomorrow, it begins from Samastipur. And it is very, very important, Samastipur campaign of the Prime Minister. Now, what happened? Samastipur, remember, is the birthplace of former Bihar Chief Minister Karpuri Thakur, the icon of Bihar, known as the Jan Nayak. Prime Minister begins his campaign there, and you can expect a free-flow attack on Rahul Gandhi and Mahagathbandhan, especially on the Jan Nayak issue that the Prime Minister had already, in fact, started there. Meanwhile, Prime Minister will also sound the poll bugle from RJD's stronghold when he starts his campaign. Now, remember, tomorrow when the Prime Minister goes there, it is going to be a massive show of strength. The show of strength where the Prime Minister will be flanked by Nitish Kumar, Upendra Kushwaha, Chirag Paswan, Jitin Ram Majhi, all the constituents of the NDA. And along with him will be the 2 Deputy Chief Ministers and the top leadership of the Bihar BJP. Let me first, in fact, play out for you what Dharmendra Pradhan, the in charge of the Bharatiya Janata Party for Bihar, said about Prime Minister's program. All right, let me go across to first my colleague Raman, who is joining us at this moment from Patna. Raman, Prime Minister enters the Bihar political fray. Today is going to be his address to the booth-level workers. What are the kind of preparations which have been done?
See, Ankit, Prime Minister is now entering in the battle of Bihar. Tomorrow he will visit Samastipur and Begusarai, where he will hold 2 public rallies. And first in Samastipur, Prime Minister will visit the whole native home of Karpuri Thakur. And Karpuri Thakur also conferred as Bharat Ratna award by the central government. And tomorrow Prime Minister Modi will visit his native place, and it's a key message to the voter of Bihar that BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi always whispered the Jan Nayak Karpuri Thakur, whereas the other side Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party is conferred as the Jan Nayak. So tomorrow is a big day in Bihar where the Prime Minister will hold two public rallies, and as well as the Home Minister Amit Shah also conducted two rallies in Bihar. So from tomorrow onwards, the NDA and the BJP will start his election campaign heavily with the Prime Minister visit in Bihar. And apart from shortly, Prime Minister will also address the booth level workers of BJP via video conferencing, where Prime Minister will address the workers of Bihar, and so that they can interact with the Prime Minister by video conferencing. And that's why all the BJP workers will be charged for the election campaign and for the preparations in Bihar, so that Prime Minister is boosting the workers of BJP in Bihar.
Right, Raman, stay on with me. Let me very quickly also go across to Mr. Ajit Jha, our consulting editor, man who keeps a very, very close eye on the elections of Bihar, has been data crunching, knows Bihar as the back of his hand. Ajit ji, let me ask you this. Prime Minister entering the political fray, how important is this? And I want to ask you this question in context to what happened in 2024, where it was said that, possibly the kind of returns that the NDA used to get from, with Prime Minister's campaign were not as high as they used to be. How do you see the Prime Minister walking into this campaign? And tomorrow is going to be a big day from Karpuri Thakur's land and a message of unity of the NDA.
Ankit, the fact that the Prime Minister has chosen Samastipur, especially what we now call Karpuri Gram, the village of Karpuri Thakurji, who was the real Jan Nayak, that is a very important signal. And the reason are twofold. One, that Karpuri Thakur was the original who gave birth to reservation as the big initiative in Bihar when he was Chief Minister during the Janata Party regime. Remember, 78, 79, 80. You're probably not born then, Ankit. So that is very, very important. Why? Because for the first time, Karpuri, who came from the Hajam caste, which is the barbar caste, which is basically the extremely backward caste, he started the Mungeri Lal Commission. And that's how the entire issue of reservation for socially and educationally backward classes began. Later on, of course, Lalu Yadav came and took over, and Lalu focused the entire thing on the OBCs. But today, in 2025, the focus is back on extremely backward, the 36% vote. And what the BJP has done, the JDU has always had the MBCs with it, but Prime Minister is making a very strong pitch for the MBC votes. And that's why the Karpuri Gram, the symbolic visit of the Prime Minister is going to be very important for this entire campaign. Just one more point. Remember that before the campaign was formally announced, the Prime Minister had already done almost 8 or 9 campaigns in Bihar.
Absolutely.
Started right after, if you remember, right after, when the Operation Sindoor took place. The first visit was actually in Madhubani, where he spoke in English and he talked about, the fact that we are going to retaliate against Pakistan. And then on, till the Gaya-ji visits of...
So the Prime Minister, Ajit, already is, on the campaign trail, if I may call it, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, even before the elections, of course, were announced. And has been doing these rallies, as Ajit pointed out. Prime Minister, after Pahalgam attack, had gone and warned of action against Pakistan from Bihar, and since then, of course, he has been visiting Bihar now. I wanted to just, in fact, we are waiting for the Prime Minister's speech to begin, and after that, we will also discuss this big development today of Tejashwi Yadav being declared as the Chief Minister's face. But let's first listen into Dharmendra Pradhan, election in charge of the BJP, on Prime Minister's visit and the campaign trail in Bihar.
कुछ लोग खुद को स्व घोषित जननायक कहते हैं। ये मैं मानता हूं कर्पूरी जी की त्याग, तपस्या, उनकी सामाजिक राजनीति के प्रति अपमान है, ये अवहेलना है। ये लोग माफी मांगना चाहिए। स्व घोषित जननायक नहीं, कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी भारत की गरीबों की जननायक थे, बिहार की बेताज बादशाह थे। इसीलिए उनकी इस जन्मस्थान में सही प्रधानमंत्री जी आके सही किया है।
All right. Meanwhile, remember, in the Battle of Bihar, one big question that was completely, was being on the top focus was who is going to be the Chief Ministerial face as far as the Mahagathbandhan is concerned. And Tejashwi Yadav, ladies and gentlemen, let's just come here full frame and speak about this this whole thing that happened today. Tejashwi Yadav today has been named as the Chief Ministerial face of the Mahagathbandhan. And it was not just Tejashwi Yadav, it was also Mukesh Sahani, who has been named, the VIP chief has been named as a Deputy Chief Minister. Now, this happened in Patna today, a joint press conference of the Mahagathbandhan, where Ashok Gehlot, the senior leader and troubleshooter of the Congress party, was in Bihar, and he announced the name of Tejashwi Yadav as the face who is going to lead the election for the Mahagathbandhan. Rahul Gandhi and of course, Mr. Kharge were not there. It was a local leadership which was present onto the stage. How much of an impact does the name have? Because remember, as soon as the name has been declared, and this was one taunt of the NDA on the Mahagathbandhan, Tejashwi wants to be declared as the chief ministerial candidate. What is taking them so long? Now, the Mahagathbandhan has dared, Tejashwi Yadav has dared the NDA to come out and say with certainty if Nitish Kumar is going to be the chief minister if they win the election. Let's take a look at what happened today.
Capping days of speculation, questions and reports of rift, the Mahagathbandhan on Thursday put up a united front and face. Tejashwi Yadav, MGB CM face, announced with all the allies in attendance.
इस चुनाव में अगले मुख्यमंत्री चेहरे के रूप में तेजस्वी यादव जी को हम लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं.
The MGB also declared that VIP chief Mukesh Sahani will be the deputy chief minister if the alliance wins. Sahani's demand held up the press conference, which got delayed by at least an hour as he insisted on being named deputy CM face.
आज ये समय बेसब्री से 3.5 साल से मैं इंतजार कर रहा था, वो घड़ी आ चुकी है.
As the alliance declared its CM face, it threw a dare at the NDA to declare its chief ministerial face, with Tejashwi rubbing it in, saying the ruling alliance is just using Nitish Kumar for the elections and will not make him the chief minister.
तो हम लोग तो शुरू दिन से ही कह रहे थे कि भाजपा के लोग नीतीश जी को दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनाएंगे.
The BJP taunted the alliance for putting a scam-tainted leader as its face.
श्रीमान तेजस्वी यादव, आप 420 आईपीसी के आरोपी हैं.
Returning BJP's jungle Raj fire, Tejashwi declared that he will not tolerate corruption. The RJD leader also laid out his agenda and vision, promising jobs to every household and SOPs for women.
हम लोगों के पास विजन है, रीजन है, ब्लूप्रिंट है, अनडाइंग पैशन है, नए सोच के हैं, सबको साथ लेके चलना है, नया बिहार बनाना है.
The BJP was quick to dismiss his promises as havabazi.
ये जो 2.7 करोड़ बिहार के हाउस होल्ड हैं, जिसको ये परमानेंट नौकरी देने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो इनका बैकग्राउंड है तो वो आपकी पूरी खाट खड़ा कर देंगे.
BJP ally JDU also targeted the RJD for not naming a Muslim as Deputy Chief Minister's face and accused the RJD of just taking Muslim votes by scaring them and denying a share in power. Tejashwi clarified that after the polls, all communities will get due representation.
देखिए, मुकेश सहनी जी तो उनकी घोषणा हुई है, साथ में और भी अलग अलग वर्ग के लोगों को जो है हम लोग जो है इसमें डिप्टी सीएम में जो है और भी लोगों को भी इंक्लूड करेंगे.
While the Gathbandhan presented a united front, the absence of Rahul Gandhi from the MGB mega show became a talking point. No Rahul on the press conference background poster also raised eyebrows.
आज हम लोग देख रहे थे कि उस प्रेस से राहुल गांधी की तस्वीर गायब थी. क्या हो गया? हर पार्टियों के निशान जरूर थे, लेकिन राहुल गांधी की तस्वीर नहीं थी. अब इसका क्या कहा जाए तो पता नहीं है.
Senior Congress troubleshooter Ashok Gehlot assured that Rahul will campaign with Tejashwi.
राहुल गांधी जी के दिमाग में, सबके दिमाग में एक ही बात थी, और कई बार राजनीति में स्ट्रेटेजी का पार्ट भी होता है.
Sources also told NDTV that a joint rally by Rahul and Tejashwi is also in the works. The battle lines are drawn, the troops are lined up, and Senapatis are ready with their war plans. All eyes are on November 14th. Now, Bihar will give its verdict. An NDTV Bureau report.
The Senapatis are ready. One side, of course, Tejashwi Yadav is going to lead the Mahagathbandhan. The question they are asking is who, in fact, is on the other side. While it has been made clear by the BJP and the NDA, they are fighting this election under the leadership of Nitish Kumar. Will he return as the Chief Minister is what the Mahagathbandhan is very, very interested to know. But let me very quickly just, go through the big takeaways after Tejashwi Yadav has finally been named the Chief Ministerial candidate of the Mahagathbandhan, which many would call it coming a little too late in the day. Now, this was today, of course, amid all the rumors of friendly fights, cover fire, not coming out and announcing their seat share agreement. Today, it was a big, in fact, show of unity by the Mahagathbandhan, all their top leaders standing there. It also, with Tejashwi Yadav being named and Mukesh Sahani also being named, possibly and hopefully would have ended the rift in the Mahagathbandhan. Clarity on the Chief Minister's face for the people to choose, of Bihar. It pitches Tejashwi Yadav versus who is now something that the BJP was asking. Now they are the Mahagathbandhan is trying to turn the tables and asking who is going to be your Chief Ministerial face. Tell us about that. NDA now faces the Chief Minister's questions. OBC Chief Minister and EBC Deputy Chief Minister is the formula that they are going with. Youth and women pitch through all the SOPs that have been announced by the Mahagathbandhan. These are the big few takeaways as far as this entire election is concerned. Let me very quickly at this moment, for a quick discussion on this, go across to Radhika Khera, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, spokesperson of the Congress Party, is also joining me. So is Ajit Jha. As I introduced him earlier, our consulting editor and man who is keeping a very, very close, eye on the elections of Bihar. All right, Radhika, let me ask you this. Tejashwi Yadav has been named the Chief Minister. The question that he has thrown towards the NDA is, who is your Chief Ministerial face? Tejashwi versus who in the election of Bihar?
Good evening to everyone, Ankit. And let's begin tonight with a round of congratulations to the Mahagathbandhan for officially declaring Mr. 420 as the face of the alliance. A man burdened with dozens of corruption charges tainted by the land for job scam, mentored by a father convicted in the fodder scam. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the poster boy of Bihar's opposition, a family empire parading as a political front. And the announcement was made by who? Not the so-called youth Hakan Rahul Gandhi, who's been missing again for a very long time from the land of Bihar. Not the Congress president, but a retired Congress chief minister from Rajasthan, who was flown in like a tired narrator for a crumbling stage show. A man who himself does not get any recognition or even time from the Congress president or Rahul Gandhi. They have already put him aside. So they've sent him here to do the time pass over here. Now look at this alliance. I was going through social media and I came across a video of just about an hour and a half back, and this is an ANI video of a senior Congress leader, Munna Shahi from Bihar, who himself is saying that the Congress is suffering from five-star culture. And the line that he has used is ticket chor, gaddi chhod. And he's using it for who? His own leaders, Krishna Alavaru, CLP leader Shakil Ahmed Khan, the president Rajesh Ram, Akhilesh Prasad Singh, and even Ashok Gehlot. This is the Mahagathbandhan. Now, coming back to the thing that Mr. Tejashwi Yadav has thrown in for us, well, we have been saying from day one that our face is Shri Nitish Kumar ji. He has been the Chief Minister of Bihar for 18 years. The people of Bihar have believed in him again and again. And for over 18 years, the RJD, the Chara Chor, the Zameen Chor, the Naukri Chor, as well as the National...
So you are confirming that if the NDA is voted into power, Nitish Kumar is going to be the Chief Minister again?
Absolutely. We have been saying that from day one. If you can go and see all our spokespersons, all our press conferences, all our leaders. We've said it categorically from day one.
No, the confusion, and let me get Dr. Pooja Tripathi on this. The confusion came after, few of your leaders, including Samrat Chaudhary, said that, once the election is over, then our legislators are going to decide who's going to be the Chief Minister. But Dr. Tripathi, well, there you have it. Radhika Khera has answered. It is going to be Nitish Kumar. So Tejaswi versus Nitish Kumar is the battle of Bihar. They are calling it the battle between a corrupt young leader versus somebody who has reshaped the destiny of Bihar.
Ankit, I really want to hear the same from Chirag Paswanji, a prominent NDA ally in Bihar who is fighting the elections in Bihar. I really want to hear that he is fighting elections under the leadership of Nitish Kumar. And that goes on to say, the day when elections were announced by Election Commission, Home Minister Amit Shah ji and BJP President Nadda ji both tweeted that ye election Pradhan Mantri Modi ji ke netritv mein, they conveniently, they have these episodes of amnesia, the BJP leaders. Amit Shah ji just in a few days in a media conclave said कि ये विधायक दल बैठ के decide करेंगे, ये हमारा फैसला नहीं होगा. And then Chirag Paswan is always aiming guns at Nitish Kumar. So I really want to know whether Nitish Kumar is going to have the same fate as Eknath Shinde, or is there as common consensus on him being the Chief Minister face. Having said that, I just saw on your show that Prime Minister Modi is visiting Samastipur tomorrow and he's starting his election campaign rally. And today in the region of Mithila, today Bharatiya Janata Party Vidhayak, UP Vidhayak KP Singh threw the Mithila pug in the floor. And I think Prime Minister Modi, when he steps on Samastipur, the land of Mithila, he should apologize for what his MLA, her MLA did at Mithila, because Mithila Pug is the pride, honor, and a collective dignity.
Hold on, Radhika, I'm coming to you. Let me get in Ajit as well, and then I'll come to you. Respond to Dr. Tripathi after that. Ajit, this question about who's the Chief Minister, how important is that as far as the voters are concerned? Does it really matter the Chief Ministerial face or the combination that they come up with? That is a pipping point. And apart from that, I also want to understand from you, all these questions about the NDA Chief Minister have come in because, let's take the track record. Maharashtra was fought under Mr. Shinde, then Mr. Devendra Fadnavis was made the Chief Minister. Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and then, of course, Mr. Mohan Yadav was made the Chief Minister. So that is why possibly the opposition is trying to play as far as Nitish versus Tejaswi battle is concerned.
See, Ankit, what has happened, which we are equally responsible, the media and the political parties. The campaigns have transformed in India in such a manner that the fight is now almost like a presidential race between two personalities rather than two huge coalitions. The focus is always on the personality. Now, in the case of BJP and the NDA, the focus used to be Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But because Nitish Kumar has been Chief Minister for 20 years, and because of questions to some extent about his health, therefore this entire issue came up that whether Nitish Kumar would be the Chief Minister for the next 5 years. And Amit Shah, Union Home Minister, when he came last in Patna, he said that we will fight the campaign under the leadership of Nitish Kumar. But then obviously the answer was that once the elections are over and we win, then we might have an election for the CM, which is the democratic way. So, but the symbolic importance of a leader helps in the election. Even if people vote on symbols, for them they know they are voting for either Tejashwi or Nitish or maybe PK, who knows. So I think the fact that if you sort out your chief minister's face before the election, you end up getting some advantage. But as you rightly said, in the case of BJP, that doesn't happen. We saw that in Maharashtra, as you rightly pointed out, because the BJP always fights on the face of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Okay.
And especially in Bihar, because Bihar doesn't have a very tall BJP leader after Sushil Modi passed away.
Right. Just stay on with me. There is some news coming in at this moment. Few important scoops that we have been able to get as far as this entire electoral battle is concerned. In fact, news coming in that Rahul Gandhi is going to join Tejashwi Yadav for a joint rally as well. There are going to be 8 rallies which have been planned for Mr. Rahul Gandhi for his campaign in Bihar. All those questions which were being asked of whether Rahul Gandhi is going to come to Bihar, where was he for such a long time, those details now coming through here on NDTV. We are learning that Rahul and Tejashwi Yadav joint rally is going to take place before the first phase of election, so they will have to do it before the 4th of October. And apart from that, Rahul Gandhi himself is going to address about 8 election rallies as far as the elections of Bihar is concerned. Radhika, you were asking where is Rahul Gandhi, where was he on the poster? Now news coming in, Rahul Gandhi, Tejashwi Yadav, like the Prime Minister along with the NDA, is going to show a united front. That is exactly what Rahul Gandhi and the Mahagathbandhan will also be doing.
Ankit, when he's on ground and those rallies are reality, we'll take that further. And the Congress spokesperson over here was very interested in Chirag Paswan ji and how our party is going to take it forward. And she was talking about the Home Minister's bayan. Well, let me tell her, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is very much here. We have always been saying that this is a double engine ki sarkar and a double engine entire campaign also under the leadership in Bihar of Shri Nitish Kumar ji and in the center the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji. It is a two of them, दोनों की मिल के हो रही है. तो ये आपके जैसा नहीं है. If you're so concerned about us, please look at your own house. A party which is one of the oldest parties, which is the oldest party of the country. You have not even been offered a deputy chief minister. It's a sad situation. अपना घर संभालिए. आपका घर जल रहा है, पड़ोसी के घर में ताक झांक मत करिए. अपने घर को ऑर्डर में लाइए. You have been reduced to just a normal party जो आके सिर्फ एक press conference करके चली जाती है. Your chief and you are not even offered the deputy chief minister. This is what the Congress has come.
Let Dr. Pooja Tripathi respond to that. Though it was Ashok Gehlot who announced that chief minister and the deputy chief minister, Dr. Tripathi. Would you have wanted the announcement of a Congress leader possibly being made the Deputy Chief Minister if elections on November 14 give you the opportunity?
Minister, they are the Congress.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. Let her respond. You have raised some questions. Let her respond.
Sure, Toba.
Melted down was hilarious. Because what is India Alliance? India Alliance is it's not a
hilarious, not hilarious.
Modi ji, please. Maskera, mind your own language. And so for Modi ji ki netritva mein chal rahe hain, and you conveniently forget Nitish Kumar is an equal partner. And when Mukesh Sahni ji has been projected as a deputy CM candidate, we are giving the message to the 36.01% of EBC.
Mukesh Rane.
So she said Mukesh Sahni.
Please stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me.
Let her complete a point. I'll come to you.
Yours is way played out. Please stop interrupting me. You don't answer the question that being asked.
Go ahead, Dr. Tripathi. Go ahead, Dr. Tripathi.
No need to shout at me. Please take your frustration out somewhere else.
Ma'am, ladies, come on. Let's calm the tempers. Radhika, hold on. Dr. Tripathi will speak. Dr. Tripathi, please go ahead.
I have to listen to what
Guys, can we just have the audio of the person who is speaking? Thank you so much. Dr. Tripathi, go ahead, complete your point.
So we are seeing at 36.01% of EBC population, which with the last 2 years back when the caste survey of Bihar was announced, it gave some very shocking facts. You know, people are forced to live on 200 rupees a day. And when it comes to the deputy CM, Tejashwi Yadav and Ashok Gehlot ji both have said that they'll be from various community. And if you look at the press conference today, Ankit, it was not just Congress, RJD or VIP party. There were leaders from various communities that have been denied their fair share in the political representation across ages, and there they were sharing the stage. And that's the India Alliance, where we look for inclusiveness, we look for political representation, and we are not a one-man show. We believe in shared power.
Okay, before I go to Ajit, let me ask Radhika Raik, you both of you seem to be more worried about each other than your own parties or your own Gathbandhans, but let me ask you this. While you are poking this question on how Congress has been reduced, they had not even been offered a deputy chief minister's post, Bharatiya Janata Party used to be the younger brother, used to always play second fiddle to Nitish Kumar's JDU in election in Bihar. This time you are fighting, equal number of seats. Why isn't the BJP making their claim on the chief minister's post? Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, is the biggest party, largest party in the world. You are at the center. Why not even aspire for the chief minister's post in Bihar?
We have an alliance जिसमें कोई झगड़ा नहीं है अंकित जी. Have you seen any fights or have you seen any problems कि किसको कितनी सीटें मिलेगी? Did you see how Tejashwi Yadav refused to meet?
Come on, Radhika. Upendra Kushwaha was, stormed off to Delhi before he could, before things could be finalized. Jitin Ram Majhi till just a few days back was not happy with the 6 seats. Chirag Paswan was flexing muscle. There was a poster which came out. It was only Nitish Kumar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and all of these alliance leaders were not part of it. So let's not tell our people that there were no problems. You have been able to manage your problems better. That is a better assertion, isn't it?
No. Ankit ji, we didn't have people and workers tearing their clothes apart, walking and running behind Lalu Prasad Yadav's car and claiming that they've been giving crores and crores of rupees and yet not given a ticket. There are multiple women who have even taken to social media who have gone on to fight the election as independent candidates and still, exposing their own RJD candidates and Congress candidates, saying iski umar galat hai, ye galat hai. That is not happening in the NDA. Nobody is fighting on the streets. Koi apne kapde nahi phad raha hai. They are not beating up the in charges. You saw what happened at Patna airport with Krishna Ravaru and other senior leaders. They were bashed up by their own Congress workers. And today itself, the Congress workers, and you can play that video, it's available on ANI, are calling their own leaders seat chor, gaddi chhod and whatnot.
Okay.
This is what the reality. So don't compare it with us. There is no arajakta happening in the NDA. It's been a very smooth family thing happening and पूरा इतना बड़ा परिवार है NDA. अगर कोई लोगों को कुछ प्रॉब्लम थी वो बैठ के सॉल्व कर दी गई and our lists were out.
So in your parivar, hum saath hai. BJP has no aspiration, no claim on the chief minister's post in Bihar. That's right, isn't it?
We don't have any friendly fights fighting against each other in any of the.
Ma'am, you're not answering my question.
I'm coming to that as well. And coming to it, I've said it clearly that the election is being fought under the leadership of the double engine Sarkar of Nitish Kumar ji and the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. He is
Nitish Ajit Jha, compare for our viewers, what is it that Nitish Kumar and now, because the battle headline, of course, is Tejashwi Yadav versus Nitish Kumar. While with Prime Minister, and we have seen, today Dharmendra Pradhan also attacking, calling Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party that, they are the ones, fake Jan Nayaks and so on and so forth. Both Congress and BJP would want to make about national leaders and issues, but for Bihar, the headline is Nitish Kumar versus Tejashwi Yadav. How do you see the comparison between both these leaders? One with experience of 20 years at the helm of the state, and of course, Tejashwi Yadav being the challenger.
A very good question, actually, Ankit. Of course, the big advantage Tejashwi Yadav has that he is the youngest candidate in the chief minister's fray. Whereas in the case of Nitish Kumar, looks like as if he is playing his final innings. He might become the chief minister again, but we don't know for how long. So it's youth versus, as you said, experience, number one. Number two, Nitish Kumar, even if one is critical of the fact that in the last 20 years, Bihar is still at the bottom compared to every other state. But the truth is that the transformation that Nitish Kumar has brought about in Bihar is extraordinary, not only in terms of infrastructure, electricity, water, reaching almost every village in the state. Much more important, Bihar is an ideal state when it comes to women. For example, one of the latest survey points out that Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has a 32% gender gap advantage over Tejashwi Yadav. Now, that is a very, very important fact. Yes. And number two, that the fact that Nitish Kumar was basically the father, if you want to say, after Karpuri Thakur, of this EBC coalition of 36%, which of course Congress and RJD is now trying to make dent on. So it's Nitish has enormous, despite the fact that some people point out it's not very well, but he's got a lot of sympathy vote from women, prohibition, the number of initiatives for women.
Right, Ajit.
Let me just point out one plus point of Tejashwi, the fact that Tejashwi has now, in this election, come out of his father's aura. Among all the candidates, 143, not a single are dynast, number one. In 2020, RJD was singled out as a party with the highest amount of dynasts. Number two, the fact that he has done a great distribution in terms of various castes. 50% has gone to OBC, but the rest of 50% has gone to EBCs, upper caste 16 seats, 21 to EBCs, Dalits. So I think there's a serious attempt by Tejashwi.
So youth and the caste combination is something that Tejashwi Yadav is working on. But Dr. Tripathi, Ajit was saying that Tejashwi Yadav finally has emerged out of the shadow of his father, but the baggage of his father's rule and the whole corruption taint, that remains. Will he be able to, interestingly, like Ajit said, this time the RJD has given tickets to the least number of political family members, dynasts, except himself, who comes from the political dynasty. Do you think that all these things will be overshadowed by the kind of work and the vision and the promises that he's making?
Look at the declarations he made. The biggest, the foundation stone of rural economy in Bihar are Jivika Didis. Jivika Didis are somebody who have been demanding from last 2 years, 30,000 in December 2024 when Nitish ji was starting his Mahila Adhikar Yatra. 30,000 Jivika Didis assembled in Patna, and similarly the same Jivika Didis assemble parallelly in every district demanding better wages, insurance. They're not accidental insured, they're not health insured. I think when he gave some important announcement, and when he talks about the pitch of calm Kisan Karkhana, he wants to talk away from the whole policies, the whole that RJD is accused of. He talks about employment. He talks about what we see. Bihar has the least per capita income today. What we saw in the caste survey throughout shocking results in Bihar. Bihar fares badly, lowest in the state when it comes to education, health, and that's what Tejashwi is talking about. Tejashwi is talking about employment generation, is talking about industry.
Right. So while Prime Minister Modi could talk about the Jan Nayak Jibe, or Rahul Gandhi could talk about vote chori, Tejashwi Yadav has kept his focus on the issues of Bihar. Radhika, I'm completely out of time. Last 20 seconds to you. Does Nitish Kumar, his experience, does it come as an advantage, or now with the all this concerns about his health, does that become a baggage? It's a young Tejashwi Yadav versus Nitish Kumar, a seasoned politician who has seen it all in politics of Bihar.
It is a 420 chara chor, land chor, naukri chor versus a non-corrupt chief minister. And also let me remind the panel over here who's talking about the RJD not giving any seats to the families. Chief Minister's son, former Chief Minister's son Tejashwi Yadav, his mother Rabdi Yadav, they're both contesting. Osama Sahab, the son of a Don, Muhammad Shahabuddin, he is contesting. Shivani Shukla, daughter of a former MLA, and strongman Muna Shukla, whose father is still in jail. You also have Rahul Tiwari, son of senior RJD leader, who's contesting from the Shahpur Assembly seat. You also have Karishma Rai, whose sister was dragged by her hair and thrown out by the same Rabdi Devi ji, who is now talking about women empowerment. So this is the reality of the 420 Lat Bandhan of the Congress and the RJD.
All right. I will leave it there because if we go on to the counter, from Samrat Chaudhary to many in the Bharatiya Janata Party are also people, those who have come from the political families, and the questions will keep on going from one side to another. But at this moment, thank you so much, Radhika, Dr. Tripathi and Ajit Jha for joining me on this quick face-off.